Being stuck in a sleep paralysis nightmare, running from terrors that don't make any sense.
The dream is a beautiful place to rub one out.
You can be in church, the next second you're fucking a whore. You never know where you'll end up.
The dream world's where I wanna be.
Dream on, dream on, dream on, oh yeah.
Hey, good shit.
Dream on, buddy.
Fucking hey.
That was fun.
I like we both look at each other. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, it works.
I'm really pumped to see how that turned out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But here, scoot in a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
There we go.
Welcome to the Bunch Grifters Podcast, episode 54.
This is huge.
Yeah, this is a big one. This is going to be a fun podcast. We're talking about dreams. If you haven't
Dream on, baby.
if you haven't clued in yet, we are doing dreams. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Very exciting stuff. And yeah, we'll get into our goals from last week. What did you do last week, Brett?
Well, Jeremy, my goal last week was to go to my first boxing class.
Right.
And
you did it.
I did that last night. I was pretty nervous, but it feels so good for doing it. And it's been something I've been wanting to do for so long. And
it was nice too because you had a bunch of like newbies that were there with you, right?
Yeah, there was two other guys, and we both all three of us were like getting taught like just the basics, you know. Mm-hmm. And like I didn't even have gloves, not even straps. I just went in there, and now I know what to get.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that's really fun. I didn't do my goal.
You did not.
Well, and it was dumb because I didn't really have the inspiration to pull the camera out and film my life. Like that's what Jared's journey is really going to have to be, is just vlogging pretty much.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. So you're going to have to punish me in one way or another. So, maybe you can punish me tonight while we're downtown. Maybe you go make me do something over downtown and we film it for the Insta. We
can also do that too. So I also have a punishment for you tonight.
Oh, you do have a punishment?
As of right now.
Oh, really?
We'll do our next week goals here coming up, and then we'll do this quick.
Okay, I'm gonna do my goal this week.
What is it?
I just bought this new book.
I need a pen.
By is it Ted Chiang? Ted Chiang. It's a bunch of short stories in one book, sort of a thing.
Oh yeah.
Tower of Babylon. Every moment in our lives, or every time in our lives. Which that short story is the short story that gave the inspiration for Arrival. Which Arrival is one of my top. I'd have to put it in like my top 3 movies of all time.
Really?
I love Arrival.
Have I seen that?
I love watching Arrival because it's another one of those movies where you might know, you probably haven't. It's with Jeremy Renner.
I wonder.
Fuck. And I can't remember the protagonist. I can't remember the main protagonist. I can't remember her name. But it's fantastic. It's such a fun movie to watch. I cry every single time. Anyways, watch Arrival. This is a sub plug. But yeah, so I'm going to be reading that book, and I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but I'm going to sit down an hour a day, and I'm going to get through it. At the moment, I'm like 25 pages in. I got like a couple pages left.
Is that the book you've been reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my goal for this week. Simple, easy, attainable, reachable, smart.
You're not going to want to lose out on this week here, 'cause after you see what I got you for your punishment. My goal this week coming up is it's going to be another lead off of the boxing. Okay. I'm going to buy boxing straps and boxing gloves so I can actually partake in a lot of the classes at my gym.
Love that.
So do you want to see what I got you?
Yeah, let's do it. Wait,
right.
so is this a punishment or is this a...
This is a punishment.
Oh, okay.
This is the punishment.
Oh, okay.
You just got to try it. I don't know what else to do, honestly.
Okay, sounds good. Deal. Brett told me when I came home, he's like, yeah, I got something. You can't see what they are, though. Then Allie went and grabbed them and showed them to me.
I hope you haven't had these yet. They are cooked salted duck eggs.
Okay. Are they cold?
No. They just sitting in the alley.
Okie dokie. Wait, were they actually?
Yeah, they just sit in the alley.
Oh, fuck, man. Okay. Dude, these Asian things, I don't know. Like, I don't even like I don't even like pork balls.
Look how it's wrapped.
Oh, they're free. Okay.
Well, let's give it a shot here.
Dude, I think
Did you have this one in your dream?
these aren't... Are they cooked? Is it like a hard-boiled egg?
I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to eat it.
Bro, I have a feeling that this is a fucking raw egg.
No, yeah, look, you just eat it and it's like, it's salted. You just gotta take a fucking bite of it. Get it in front of the camera, take a bite of that fucking thing.
No, this is fucking...
Is it a shell?
This is shell.
Break the shell.
Fucking hell. Oh, shit.
Dude, over the table, dude.
Ew. Fucking hell. I like how you were gonna... Oh, the ants are getting it.
Are the ants coming?
We have ants, guys.
Oh, fuck, they're coming.
Fucking hell.
Oh, God, I wish the camera could see this. Should I be recording this on my phone as well?
Maybe, just in case.
So, like, we can pop this up on the screen here. You don't get
Close
too ahead
up.
of yourself.
Close up.
All right, I'm also recording on my phone, you guys. Oh, I can fucking smell the salt.
Dude, I'm about to just fucking put it in my mouth.
What the fuck is that thing?
It's an egg, dude. It's a duck egg.
Looks pretty big for a duck egg, eh?
It looks pretty small for a duck egg, honestly. I'm surprised. Oh,
Oh, yeah. There's the goods.
dude. I'm okay eating egg. I just don't want the egg shell.
Yeah. You just gotta try it. That's all I care about.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm going in.
Oh, yeah, boy. Is it not good? Is it not good? Ew.
I mean,
Is actually not bad?
it's just salty.
It's probably gonna be really salty to be fucking preserved like that, right?
Yeah, it's not enjoyable.
Fuck me, I wish I could just buy one. I had to buy 6 of those fucking things, man. Hold on, I gotta... Yuck, bro.
It's so salty.
Did you get the yolk?
That's what's making me...
Don't throw. Ew. Holy fuck, that was amazing. I love that we just recorded that.
All right.
You got the right mic?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was top, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
All right, so yeah, that's fucking gross. Jesus.
Should we wash it down with
You couldn't have got something more intrusive than, yeah, let's wash it down with this dog shit
We
next.
also got Coca-Cola vanilla coffee. Hey, cheers, bud. Well, that actually smells good.
No, I'm sure it smells fantastic. Ugh.
No, it's actually good.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
I like
No,
that.
that's actually pretty good. Cheers on that.
Hey, cheers.
That's actually not bad.
This is the best thing ever. Okay.
Probably finished my $8 coffee.
So, you guys, today's topic is dreams.
Yep.
And we just came across this topic literally this morning because we had some fucked up dreams last night that we want to share with you guys. But we'll also get into what dreams are a bit more with you. Jeremy, to you, what is a dream?
What is a dream to me? Interesting. Yeah. Oh, good question. It's like a little, I don't know. I've been like excited about my dreams recently, you know. I had that stint where I wasn't smoking weed for a little bit and the dreams were deep. They were dense, right? Back to weed, but also it's like a reset. That's the way. What is a dream? It's a reset. Mm-hmm. It's a mental reset. You kind of just, it's a little vacation, you know? It's the cheapest vacation you got.
Especially if it's a nice one.
Oh my gosh. Right?
They can be shit.
Like if you're in a church and you are getting railed by the priest. Oh my God, those are my favorite dreams. I love those.
Nothing like those.
I love them.
So I did some research.
Yeah.
I really like your input there. So from what I found online, dreams are a universal human experience. So very similar to what you were just talking about. That can be described as a state of consciousness characterized by sensory, cognitive, and emotional occurrences during sleep.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the dreamer has reduced control over the content, visual images, and activation of the memory, which is actually pretty funny because like your dreams can just go somewhere and you would just be like, why the fuck did that show up?
Well, for me at least, it's very common where it's just like there's absolutely zero continuity to any of it.
I can't wait for you to share your story.
Right?
Then. So keep listening, you guys, because like, Jeremy had a great dream last night, and it was fucking.
It was a
he
strange
was telling
one.
me it this morning. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
There's also no cognitive state that has been as extensively studied and yet as frequently misunderstood as dreaming. There are significant differences between the neuroscientific and psychoanalytic approaches to dream analysis.
So this is interesting, and I think there's something to do with it's consciousness, right?
That's what it is.
And like, what is consciousness, right? That's the question you asked before. What is a dream? What is consciousness? We don't know, right? Like an AI computer that has a quantum computer that's given an AI. Does it have a consciousness? You know, like, does it have the capability of feeling? You know, understanding humor, understanding love, but not only understanding it, but being able to feel it as well, right? And like, again, I mean, obviously for an AI, it's like, well, it can't feel things, right? Well, it's like, no, but what's consciousness? What are we feeling when we feel our emotions?
Could be developing it, right?
Right. And I think that's the cool thing, is that it's a universal, you said it yourself, it's a universal consciousness, right? Your consciousness is just kind of doing it, which, you know, your subconscious does it all the time, right? Your cells regrow. It's not like we know how our cells regrow.
They just do it.
But they do. Your nails grow, your hair grows, you know,
Unless
your dick shrinks.
Your dick shrinks?
You know.
What else do I got in here? Neuroscientists are interested in the structures involved in dream production, dream organization, and narratability. However, psychoanalysis concentrates on the meaning of dreams and placing them in the context of relationships and history of the dreamer.
Interesting.
I had enough of the fucking definition of what a dream is.
Yeah.
Do you want to learn some fun facts?
Sure.
Fun facts about dreaming.
Well, I have a question about dreaming too, right?
Okay,
There's animals that dream, right? Have you ever seen an octopus dream before?
I have not. What happens in octopus
I'll
dreams?
put up a video of an octopus dreaming. It's crazy. It's like their skin literally changes.
Their color?
While they're dreaming. Like like REM sleep, which is when you're actually dreaming, which is rapid eye movement, right?
Yep.
That is, scientists know, that is when you have vivid dreams, right? Not when your body's in like reset mode where it isn't dreaming, right? Because you're not always dreaming the entire time you're sleeping, which is another interesting little bit.
REM sleep's so important, man. Like that's where like you fucking actually like
that's where rest. You gain your rest. That's where you gain that's your real reset when you're dreaming, which is strange.
And you can fuck that thing up.
Your consciousness is going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So when your consciousness isn't, it's so strange. Like it's so unknown, which is the crazy part. Obviously, we're just two fucktards that don't really know much about it.
I want to get a dream expert on.
We might need to, because it's something that like I'd love to have some of these things like dove into a little bit more specifically.
Yeah.
But going back to the octopus, yeah, like it has rapid eye movement, but it does it through its skin.
That's cool.
So when we're doing our eyes flutter, right? Which is so strange. Our eyes just fucking start seizing pretty much when you're dreaming, which is like, what? But yeah, octopus, they like, their skin changes, and like you can tell they're like when they're chasing or when they're hiding or when they're like, it's crazy. So
octopus are cool.
Octopussies.
Octopus.
They are really cool though, and it's just interesting that some animals do. Well, I mean, we've seen Frances fucking sitting on the couch, and she's just
she sleepwalks. Walks around with her eyes closed.
Does she?
Oh,
have you seen this?
Oh yeah.
No, definitely not.
I'm just kidding.
But she does, like, I've seen it, and like all the dogs I've had too, like they've always like been running like in their sleep,
and they move their legs.
Right. Frances was doing that a few days ago, where she was like doing this with her paws.
Well, have you ever like been having sex in your dream? And you wake up and you're like humping the bed.
Yeah, you wake up mid thrust.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do that. All right. That was not what I meant.
I was gonna say no. The dream's ending, you fucking rapist.
No, that's not what I meant. All right. Facts on dreams. Ready for this?
Yeah.
We may not remember dreaming, but everyone is thought to dream between 3 to 6 times per night.
Right.
It is thought that each dream lasts between 5 to 20 minutes, which I believe is true, unless like you have some good ass sleep and it lasts a long time.
It's interesting.
It
Because
ranges greatly.
dreams come and they go. They don't stay. Like, it's not like you're in a dream for like 20 hours. Might feel like it. Might feel like, oh, I was in that dream for so long. No, you weren't.
Like you're in the quantum realm.
It's strange. Time works differently in dreams. Inception.
Around 95% of dreams are forgotten by the time a person gets out of bed, which is true.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Dreaming can help you learn and develop long-term memories.
Interesting.
Ooh.
So
blind people, believe this or not,
thinking about it,
blind people dream more with other sensory components compared with sighted people.
Wait, what do you mean?
I think since blind people don't have, like, they have lost a sensory, like an ability to use something, that their other sensories are greater and they can feel that more in their sleep.
Yeah, what the fuck? So wait, but like, so I wonder the difference between those who could see and now are blind and those who were always blind. Their dreams are going to be different.
Because that person knew what things looked like. This person doesn't know what things look like.
When they close their eyes, they can still understand color and they can understand it. So in their head can probably understand it too.
Yep.
Which is fucking creepy to think about.
Creepy, eh?
Very strange. That's interesting.
Causes of dreaming. What do you think the causes are?
I don't know, the natural function of like needing to reset. Like, why do we sleep?
It's true.
Why do we even sleep? Our bodies, we get tired, we need to sleep.
Weird, hey?
And like your heart rate drops much lower, your breathing goes much longer. Like, your body goes into this like kind of really super hyper efficient hibernation for like eight hours every night. And then you wake up and you're like, yeah, let's fucking do it again.
There we go.
It's crazy. It really is crazy.
From what I found here, there are several theories about why we dream. Are dreams merely part of the sleep cycle, or do they serve some other purpose? So some possible explanations include representing unconscious desires and wishes, interpreting random signals from the brain and body during sleep, consolidating and processing information gathered during the day, working as a form of psychotherapy.
Right. Interesting.
Some of the main ones.
Interesting. So, like, our dreams are obviously affected by your day-to-day life, right? And I can attest to this.
If you have a bad day.
Well, sure, that. But like
day.
when I worked as a server, like, my dreams were just me serving.
Interesting. So your dreams are kind of like, even I guess, you know what? The dream I had last night, which we're going to share, kind of has to do with something that I do quite often. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Do you ever have gym dreams? Do you have gym dreams much?
That might be what it is about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But do you often have dreams while you're in a gym setting or no? Like you're
not too much that I remember.
No. Okay. Just curious. I don't know, because you go to the gym often, right?
I would imagine I do.
Yeah, maybe just don't. Maybe you're in that 97% of forgetfulness.
I think I am.
Possibly. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, the one thing that like with those dreams is I just remember like you can never do what you really want in them. Like I felt like I was in train tracks. You can tell things are uncanny and like that you are dreaming, but you don't have the like, I'm dreaming right now. Like I have that a lot where I'm like, this isn't right. But then it doesn't go anywhere further than that. Like, have you been able to get into, oh, this is my dream, and then you can do whatever you want?
Ooh.
Lucid dreaming. Like, have you done lucid dreaming ever? Because I've done it like probably a handful of times.
I was going to say, there's probably only a handful of times where I feel like I've actually had control over.
And you don't wake up. That's the hard part. The threshold of like being in the dream, keeping your eyes closed and understanding you're in a dream, and then not instantly opening your eyes is really fucking difficult. Yeah. I find I have that happen to me more than not. Like if I do get to the point, oh, I am dreaming, right? Or, oh man, I'm just kind of going on a tangent, but like,
let's hear it.
Have you ever had like, you crash your car or someone dies,
fall off a bridge,
whatever it is, or like something. Your phone breaks or like something stupid like that, and then you wake up and you're like, oh,
it was like a loud sound.
My mom's not dead. Oh. You know, no, seriously, like have you?
No,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like where you have those things where it's like, oh my god, they're dead. Like what the fuck?
Like something super bad happened. I wake up and like, fuck, like I'm not even, thank God, I'm not even there.
Yeah, that didn't happen. That was a dream.
Yeah, that happens quite often, I feel like.
Because like I've had sleep paralysis. Like I used to have really bad sleep paralysis because I was just so bad at going to bed. Like I just didn't want to go to bed, sort of a thing. I would stay awake unnecessarily to the point where I was just like literally sleep deprived within like a 3-day deficit, which I know there's no such thing as a sleep deficit. You're just either in it or you're not. But I remember like the first time I've had it when I was a child many times where I remember I'd wake up, I'd get out of my bed and then I'd stumble slowly over to the door and to where the light switch is. And then you'd hit the light and then nothing happens. And you like try and turn the light on, and the light never turns on. And it's like you're not in danger or anything. It's just like you're trying to turn the light on and the light doesn't turn on. And then you're screaming and then you're back in your bed randomly and you're like, have you ever had this?
I don't know if I had something like this, no.
Sleep paralysis I've had many times and it sucks ass because sometimes you're just trapped in your bed. And it's totally due to you're falling asleep. You're so extremely tired. And the second you get to sleep, you kind of like, you're not in REM sleep, but you're like in deep sleep. So your nervous system is turned off pretty much, but your brain isn't. So you're still awake, but your body isn't.
Interesting.
It's a very strange, terrifying feeling. I've had it happen to me many times. And there's been times where, and I'll get into this a little bit more, like in people that have had sleep terrors, if you will, it's usually just sleep paralysis. Yeah. A form of it, at least. That makes sense. I remember in 2012, I was really scared of the world ending. I was like terrified.
Me too. I remember going to bed that night being like, holy fuck, I might not wake up tomorrow.
Oh, I remember like 6 months beforehand being like terrified.
Yeah, I was scared.
I was dumb though. I was like, whatever. I was 13. I was just a little bitch and I was just scared. I was scared, right? Dude, and then Gangnam Style hit. Did you hear this? Like the prophecy of Gangnam Style?
No, what's that?
What's that guy? Aristotle. What's the guy who made all those predictions that some of them were right and some of them weren't? Fuck. I hate that. Can you look it up? Famous philosopher. It's so dumb.
What should I search for?
Well-known philosopher. I don't know. Fuck. What's his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. I hate that I'm blanking on it. People are probably like, it's fucking this guy. It's not Aristotle.
Socrates, Aristotle.
Socrates.
Like, what am I supposed to search up with his name?
Do the 9 zeros prophecy. Or, yeah.
9.
I'm interested. I want to get it right because it was crazy that it happened.
Zeros.
Is that the right word? Prophecy, theory, hypothesis.
Doomsday 2012 Gangnam Style hits 1 billion views, just as the Mayans predicted.
Mayans? No, it's not the Mayans. There was another guy that fucking did it. Whatever. Fuck me. We won't find it.
Nostradamus.
Thank you. Nostradamus. Yes. Nostradamus. Got it. Nostradamus was a philosopher. Now, philosophers, they're philosophers. So they make 15,000 guesses and 3 of them are right.
There you go.
That's what it comes down to, right? Like, that's what he does. Like, a lot of his fucking guesses were wrong. Yeah. But this one was right. It was on the day of winter solstice, the ninth zero will tick over, and the doomsday, or whatever, the blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Something else, right? And then the Mayan calendar ends that day. On the day of the end of the calendar is the day of the end of the day, right? Or whatever it is. It just so happened that it lined up on winter solstice. The Gangnam Style was the first YouTube video to hit 1 billion views, which was crazy. It just hadn't happened before. Mm-hmm. And the fact that it did happen on that day, and there were prophecies out there, and doomsday was coming. 13-year-old me was like, holy fucking shit.
You were scared.
I was scared, but I was playing Halo 4, and I just said, fuck it.
I was pretty scared too, man.
Fuck it.
I remember I was sitting in my bed just like, I remember going to bed that night, and I was like, oh my God.
It's interesting. Maybe there was we wake up. Or maybe we didn't. This is a different reality. That's kind of fun to think about.
Anything else you want to add to this?
Going back to this time, I was worried about doomsday, and it was just this random week. I had a fever. I had a really bad fever, sleep deprived out my ass. I had moved my original Xbox into my room, and I was playing Halo 2 original on the original Xbox. So I was loving it, right?
Yeah.
I was getting through this. And I remember I was like playing on Legendary too, which is hard. It's a hard game to play.
That's fucking Legendary is tough.
Legendary's tough, right? You get slaughtered pretty quick. But I was playing Halo 2 and I got to Gravemind, which is where you're in this you're in the ship and you're getting Cortana back, and it's like
I love that
very
one.
Doomsday-esque, right? It's very dark. It's very gloomy. It's not.
Is that Halo 3?
It's Halo 2. There's Halo 3 is another one. There's another one in Halo 3.
Yeah.
And it's High Charity is what it's called. High Charity in Halo 2. Gravemind is in Halo 3. You're right. And I remember being in this state where like Covenant ships were like flying, little Covenant ships, small ones. I vividly still
Covenants
remember
are like the aliens for no one who really knows.
Yeah,
Halo.
Covenant alien ships, and they're these purple like
I remember those things.
right? And they're just like they're kind
Pull
of
'em up,
floating
put them
around
on the
me.
screen.
Yeah, I'll throw it up. They're kind of like floating around me like it was like an AR thing, and then like it got really dark, and then Cortana in her creepy face is like, "This is it, we're done. It's too late."
Yeah.
Do you know, blah, 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 right? Just scary shit. And I was just like fucking in it. And I will vividly for the rest of my life remember tossing and turning in bed, but not actually moving.
Mm-hmm.
And like just being in this fever dream that I couldn't get out of. And it was terrifying. It fucking sucked. And I still vividly remember that. I also remember another time where I was at a friend's house, sort of the same situation. I had a fever. I was sick. I wasn't sleeping well like the whole week because we were traveling. It was in Prince George.
Mm-hmm.
We were on a ranch. I was like fucking having the same situation. Same kind of fever. Horses were galloping, and like because we were on a ranch. We were literally on a ranch, and we had been with horses and stuff.
Yeah.
And it like my parents weren't there. They had gone off to like one of the ski hills for like a little retreat. Well, we stayed with the family, and like they kind of had some time away from us. And oh my God, man, it just like they're so fucking vivid. They stick with me like to this day.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. It's like dreams aren't supposed to stick with you. And that's what it comes down to is it's like this fine line of being like conscious, but being asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And like you teeter on the edge, and it's fucking creepy. It's really fucking creepy because I've now gotten to the point where I can control it when I'm in those situations where I'm very uncomfortable. I know I'm in that situation.
Yeah.
And like it happened to me one time where I did the thing where I got out of my bed and I went to the light switch. I flicked on the light switch. Nothing happened. And I'm like, fuck, what the fuck, right? And I'm like, okay, well, let's leave my room, whatever. I look back at my bed and I see myself. I leave.
Fuck that.
Dude, I leave my room, right? And I go out into the fucking living room. This is when I was living with my mom's. And like, it was like a fucking hell scene.
Yeah.
There was like this ritual. There was this like this like pentagram ritual, candles all over the place. It was red and like there was lava and like it was just not a good scene.
Yeah.
My brother was dead on the ground in the middle of that.
Fuck.
And then I like run into my mom's room. I'm like banging on the door. I can't get in. I finally get in. She's hung above her bed,
Fuck me.
dripping in blood.
Jesus Christ.
I got out of it. I woke up. Right. And I remember waking up and just getting out of bed and looking around and just being like, whew.
That's a tough one. You know what? Let's lead into this. Mm-hmm. What causes nightmares?
You tell me.
Let's lead into this. So, nightmares are distressing dreams that cause the dreamer to feel a number of disturbing emotions. Common reactions to a nightmare include fear and anxiety. They can occur in both adults and children, and the causes include stress, fear, trauma, emotional difficulties, illness, and use of certain medications or drugs.
So fever could be
fever. You were young. You're probably stressed from fucking not sleeping.
Literally stress and feeling uncomfortable.
Trauma. Did you have any trauma? You're
No.
beat by your dad, right?
No, I wasn't
Just
beat.
kidding.
Yeah, I wasn't beat by my dad. So like it's not like I had like that kind of trauma, but like there's some trauma there for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nightmares, man.
Yeah, interesting.
Fucked up.
But I've learned to appreciate sleep paralysis. Like I can get out of it. Like I had sleep paralysis like a couple days ago. And like I always know I'm in sleep paralysis because I'll try and scream at the top of my lungs, but nothing happens. You know?
Oh, I don't hear you.
No, you don't. I know. But like I scream at the top of my lungs and like nothing fucking happens.
Jesus.
Right? And it's like in that moment you just go
Fuck that shit, man.
But it's weird. It's a weird feeling. Anyways, yeah.
Do you feel that dreams can predict the future?
Well, okay, it's like deja vu is strange, right? But that's the thing is with dreams is they're so complex and just disorienting, right? Like there's no rhyme or reason to any of the fucking dreams that we have. At least in my opinion. Like
sometimes I feel like I have dreams and then later on in life I'm like, fucking deja vu, man. I feel like I've fucking been here before, you know?
Yeah, I know. I think deja vu is something a little bit even creepier. Like I think there's something quantum when it comes to like deja vu, where it's like, what is a thought? You know,
digs even further than just dreams,
right? Because if you really try, like, I don't know, if you really try and be in tune with the universe will be in tune with you.
Exactly.
Like, it's very strange how stuff like that will happen. Like last week when I was talking about the fucking Nirvana shirt. Like that shit's weird. That shit happens though, where you will say things and things will happen. Oh, dude, it happened to me last night. I was looking at the lights. I was walking downtown and I was looking at the lights and I'm like, the sun set like a few minutes ago. Like when do there's like cool little pot lights in the ground?
Ding.
And I'm like, these lights should probably turn on soon, right? Doop. And I was like, oh. And I was like, this one lady was walking by. I was like, you ever have one of those moments? Like, and I was going to talk to her. I was going to try and talk to her. She's like, oh, haha. And just kept walking. I'm like, I'm not crazy, you dumb bitch. You could have had a conversation
Perfect
with
timing.
me. Right. But it was just, that shit is nuts. That shit's so nuts. Right. And it's like, you had a thought. You just had a thought. But why did I have that thought then?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Right. Again, we've already done What is a Thought. You can go and check out. It's episode 10 or something.
According to my research.
Yeah.
Some dreams may seem to predict future events.
They do, hey?
Some researchers claim to have evidence that this is possible, but there is not enough evidence to prove it.
Well, I hope not.
Most often, this seems to be due to coincidence. I hope not. Is due to coincidence, a false memory, or unconscious mind connecting together known information.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And dreams may help people learn more about their feelings, beliefs, and values. Images and symbols that appear in dreams will have meanings and connections that are specific to each person.
Right, yeah. And it's like, there's things like, it's like, oh, I dreamed about a snail. And like, you'll go to a website and be like, snails have the knowledge of understanding and that you're on the right path. And it's a slow and steady rate. And you know, and it's just like, shut the fuck up. No, I dreamt of a snail and it was a random snail in my dream. But like, is there something to that? Like, is there something to it? I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Did you share the dream that you like remember the most already?
I mean, the dream that I do remember the most, honestly. Oh, I've got a couple weird ones.
Okay, give one, the best one.
Okay.
The weirdest one.
I think this was more of an astral projection, to be completely honest. Have I ever talked about astral projection with you?
I feel like you have.
Astral projection is definitely a pseudoscience, but it's not. I mean, there's declassified fucking documents saying that the CIA and remote viewing, which is fucking crazy. There's declassified documents saying that they've been training since like the 60s on how to do this shit. Have you looked into remote viewing at all?
I've heard of it.
So remote viewing is it's taking the basis of quantum entanglement and putting it to the 9. So you take one person, and one person who's trained in remote viewing will look at something. They'll go, for example, there's one where this guy went and he sat in front of a park. Mm-hmm. And on the park there was a red barn, and it was just like an easily distinguishable place. So there was a lot of distinguishable things. If you don't know about remote viewing, go look into it, because I'm not the guy to I'm just a nerd and I like it. I think it's really cool shit.
Yeah.
But this is like documented that this is real, right? This group of remote viewers, he went to the spot, he took a mental image, and then he took a photo as well. And he then puts it out there to the other person, or really to anyone who wants to think of this thought, right? And they ask the other person, all right, what did this guy see? And then the other person says, okay, I see this, I see that. There's this, kind of looks like that. He drew it out, right? He drew a fire station with a big red barn and all this, right? Where the park was, right? And they're like, oh, well, you got it wrong. But then they went back 20 years. They found out that used to be a grounds of a fire station, and where he placed the fire station, the trees, and where the new park is now, all lined up to a fucking T.
Really, eh?
So the thing is with remote viewing is that time gets messy, right? Now there's other things about remote viewing is that the CIA has done this and they've gone on Mars and there's beings living on Mars and that there was a collapse on Mars. Like you can get into it and then it just sounds like fucking nonsense, right? Like you really can get down a rabbit hole with this shit.
Yeah.
But if some of it works, then what's saying all of it doesn't work, right?
So you're saying your dream had to do with this?
No, mine was more astral projection, which astral projection is kind of a different. It's different because you're tapping into something a little bit different.
It's when you leave your body, right?
It's when you leave your body, and it kind of goes into the sleep paralysis.
But you still control your body.
So this is the thing: is that I think that when you're out of your body and you can see your body sitting. Like when I left my room and it was the hell scene, I didn't have the feeling of fear. I wasn't scared. I was in never any point scared. I had a very good understanding of what was going on. But it was one of the first times I'd ever seen my body.
Yeah.
And when I left, it was like a hellscape, right? It wasn't great. It was like whatever entities, and again, I'll use this word a bunch, that were around were bad. And this is something with astral projection. Again, if you're going to go look into it more. It's very, very, very dangerous, if you will. Like you really don't want to go into it with the wrong.
Sounds scary.
You don't want to go into it with the wrong understanding of it to an extent. Like you don't want to go in there looking for the wrong answers per se. But I am going somewhere with this. I did have one moment where I have a couple of these fever dreams / astral projections, in my opinion. Like, I don't know what the difference is between them. Mm-hmm. I had one where I flew out of my body and I got out of the apartment I was in and I flew up. This is my most memorable dream.
Apartment?
Yeah. When I was in the apartment, right?
Okay.
This is my most memorable dream. The second I got out of my body, I knew where I was and I looked down at my right ankle and my right ankle had the lasso on it. Now, if you look into any of this stuff, was it right ankle? Yeah, right
What's
ankle.
The lasso?
There's this lasso that all people that have astral projected see this. And the lasso is attached to your heart. And if you pull on the lasso, you go back to your body.
Okay.
It's very interesting. It's very strange, but I saw it. Right. And I got out of my bed and I flew and I knew, and I'd been like practicing this. I'd been trying to practice this for a long time. I knew that once you're on the astral plane, you have, there are good entities and there are bad entities. Mm-hmm. And you want to attract good entities, obviously, right?
If you get to the bad ones, that's not good.
You get to the bad ones, they rape you.
Fuck me.
And it hurts. And then you wake up and you feel it.
Jesus.
And
are you joking?
I'm not joking because
what the fuck?
I was plopped into a situation. Now, this is creepy.
You got raped?
I got raped. But
oh my God,
this is creepy. This is creepy because all of my crazy experiences happened in my home cul-de-sac. So when I lived in Whitehorse, I was like, I need to go where I need to go to. When I was in this, I'm going back to my first story where I flew out of my body. Yeah. And it's like the earth kind of,
you flew back home?
Dude, like fucking out of Doctor Strange, where it was just like,
yeah.
And I was flying in, it was nighttime, and I was flying into my cul-de-sac. And I was floating around my cul-de-sac and I was watching, it was snowing, right? And it was younger me, my friend Sho and Jacob, and we were out there, and one of the other kids, Evan, I can't remember his fucking name.
Fuck him.
We were on the cul-de-sac and I had the goalie pads on because I was playing house at that time and we were switching around. It was like Adam or Pee Wee, whatever it was. We were switching who was goalie every game. I had the goalie gear, so I was using my goalie gear and I was out there and I was killing it. Like I remember that night vividly. I remember playing that game vividly because I made like a bunch of cool saves and I was fucking flashing the leather and it was crazy, right? It was like, it was a nice night out. It was a really nice night out. It was slow snow, very fluffy, slow snow. It's like one of the best nights I've had out playing hockey. I mean, when we didn't have like a rink because we ended up making a rink when I was older and everything, and that was way cooler. But I just vividly remember it. And I vividly remember going to my mom afterwards and I'd be like, Mom, were you watching me? I felt like you were watching me while you were doing that. She's like, no, I was in, like, it was the next morning, right?
Wow.
I was like, did you watch me? Were you watching me play hockey last night? Like, I thought I saw you like watching me play hockey. Right? And she's like, no, we went to bed. Like, what are you talking about?
So you were watching yourself.
I was watching myself.
That's creepy, man.
And I felt it. Fuck. It's like younger me knew. And this is the fucked up thing. It's like time realistically isn't real. Your past affects your future and your future affects the past. Watch Arrival. Fuck me, watch Arrival. It's such a good fucking movie. And like the thought of that, and that's where I think deja vu gets tricky.
Because it's like,
I feel like
here before.
Your body, whatever is quantumly happening in that moment, your body is just... It's getting that thought that you've already had before. It's getting that memory that you've already lived before. Yeah. And you're like, remember when I was standing, like I'm thinking about the time when I was sitting here and I was like doing whatever I was doing. You were sitting over there. That was so fucking vivid, like deja vu. And it happened for like a good 20 seconds or whatever it was. And I was just in it. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't remember what I was doing now.
When?
It was a couple days ago. Remember I was sitting at the desk and you were doing something over there and I'm like, whoa, this is deja vu.
Like we've been here before?
Yeah, and it was just such specific deja vu. Right? That's probably one of the most memorable dreams I've ever had.
So you didn't get raped?
That time?
After?
No.
Okay.
No. Because realistically, those entities, that wasn't me. Those were entities replaying a memory for me.
So when you went back, like when you woke up, did you go back to yourself, obviously, and like pull that thing so you can come back? Or do you not really remember that part?
I got it. I lost it. I lost my concentration, and then I was back in my body, and I woke up. Right?
That's cool, man.
But to get out of my body, it's like I needed to be in sleep paralysis. I feel like you use the sleep paralysis to get out of your body. If you can make the distinction that, oh, I'm conscious right now, but my body's turned off, get out. And then once you get out, you kind of have free reign to go do whatever you want. Yeah. But every time I've had fucked up situations, and I remember there was this girl that I was talking to, and she kind of drew it out of me, right? There was a moment where I woke up and I was in a pile of shoes, and it felt wrong. The second I woke up out of this, it felt wrong. I was very aware, and I'm like, whoa, I'm in Show's room. This is like in the cul-de-sac. And I'm like, I got to get out of this house right now. And like, I got out of the house. I ran over to Shannon's house, which is the family that was there, which is essentially Shannon was in my last dream, which is very strange because I was in White Horse at the time. Anyways, White Horse dreams are always so strange. But anyways, and I was like getting out. I was getting out of the house because I had this like feeling that I needed to leave, that something was chasing me, that something was out to get me.
Something was coming at you.
And this is fucked. Like, this is one of my most fucked dreams. I haven't actually. I'm surprised I'm actually even bringing it up on the podcast, but it's fine. This isn't the one where I get raped either. I'm running down the stairs. I'm getting to the front door. I'm looking for my shoes. My shoes weren't there, right? Naturally. And as I'm leaving, this entity, I will say entity, because I didn't look it in the eye, and it was really, it like had weird hands. I remember seeing it walking towards the house, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of this house.
It was walking towards the house?
Yeah, and I need to get out.
So you like booked you got out, you
I was,
out the front door
the way that the way that the front door was, it was kind of like a duplex, so it was like here, and there's a window there, and I just saw something coming.
Oh, fuck.
Right?
That.
So there was really only
saw
one
it by the window.
Yeah, there was really only one,
man.
like it was just coming up the driveway, and like there was really only one way out, and like I just had to kind of open the door and walk out.
You're like, fuck, I gotta book it.
So as I'm opening the door, the thing just appeared in front, and I just kept my eyes down. I looked down at the shoes. They were my shoes. I was looking for my shoes, and they were my shoes. They were my shoes.
He was wearing your shoes?
Yeah, it was wearing my shoes. Again, I don't know what this thing was, but I remember just being like, hey, sorry, I gotta go, and I'm just gonna head over here. And then I like walked around it, didn't do anything. I walked around it. I booked it across the cul-de-sac over to Shannon's house. She was out front doing something, gardening, whatever it was.
Was it like nighttime?
No, it was just fucking broad daylight.
Broad daylight.
Broad daylight.
This is a dream, right?
Extremely bright. Yeah, it was a dream. But it was weird. It was like, as I closed my eyes, I was awake. Right? It was like I was teleported. Anyways, sorry, let me continue. It felt very uncanny. And then I was just like, I need water. Like, Shannon, I need water. Please let me inside. I don't know what's over in like Jack's house. I don't know what that was. Right? There's something over there. And she's like, okay. Yeah, I'll go get you some water. 1 second. And I was like, can I come in? She's like, no, I'll go get it for you. And I'm like, no. She walks around. She goes into the side door, goes inside. I turn around. The thing is just fucking in the window staring at me.
It's inside the house now.
Yes.
Like her house?
No. Its house.
Jack's house.
Jack's house. Its house. Whatever it was, right? And I was terrified. I was so scared. And then randomly, my tune changed. I was just like, wait, what's going on? I still felt like something was wrong. I still felt like there was something extremely wrong with what was going on. Mm-hmm. And then like, this is so fucked.
Oh
I hate this shit. I hate this happened. I hate what happens. All of a sudden something switched in my mind and I'm like, fuck, I need to go back over to that thing. That thing's not the enemy. There's something else that's trying to get me. And then I'm like on the lawn, like dying of dehydration or something. Like I needed water so bad. I'm wondering if it was like, in real life, I needed water.
Yeah,
like,
I wonder.
Right?
Paul, I would think so.
Right? And I remember just being like crawling on the grass, just waiting for Shannon to come out with water. Right? And then all of a sudden, I look back again, and the entity's leaving the front door, and it's kind of like getting into a light jog, and it's like trying to run over to me. And then I'm like reaching out to the thing. Like I was accepting it. I was just like, I feel like this thing isn't bad.
It's trying to help you.
It's not trying to attack me. It would have killed me if it wanted to kill me. It would have done what it needed to do if it did. Right? I didn't look at it directly in the eye, right? And like I wasn't rude to it or whatever. But then all of a sudden, and I'm talking like in a fucking flash of time, all of a sudden this fucking black van stops right in front of the house. Two guys in black suits throw this briefcase down at me. They say, "How do you know what this is? How do you blah blah blah? What is this? Sign this off. Sign this off right now. Sign this paper saying you're never going to come back here. Sign this off right now saying you will never come back to this place." And I was just like, "What the fuck?" And they put a pen in my hand and they like forced me to sign it. Woke up.
Fuck me. Now,
the fucked up thing is that astral projection is actually something that the government, like I said, it's declassified. People know about it.
Yeah.
And this one teacher who taught me, per se, right? It's just on YouTube. So again, take that for what you will, right? Pseudoscience and all that bullshit. He has been astral projecting for like 45 years. And he was saying that like since he was young, because he like was with one of the guys that did remote viewing and like was all a part of that kind of group of people that were doing it and studying it. He was paid by the government to study it as well for a time being. And one day he had full control over when he could astral project. So he could, one, change the time, but he could also go anywhere. So places that he had never been before he could go to, and he could go to different times. And with, I think it was the JFK, like during the turnover of JFK, the night before that he was assassinated, he's like, I'm gonna go see. I'm going to go look. Like, I want to know what's going on. What was going on in the White House the night before he was assassinated, right? He goes to the White House. He's flying to the White House. He gets on the property. And as he gets on the property, two other people who are astral projecting come out and say, "Get the fuck out of here. You're not allowed to be here. You're not allowed to be in this time."
Yeah.
He said, "We know who you are. We can ruin you." So he turned the fuck around and he left.
Just went back home.
And he went back home. But like, anyways, it's common for people that have been caught astral projecting where men in suits will show up in your dream and they'll attack you.
Do you want to hear my scary story?
Yeah. I've never been able to astral project since that day.
Since when you went back to
since I signed something.
That's fucked, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, when you're talking about it, I can just like visualize it. Just picture this big fucking shadow thing running after you. Like, fuck.
And like, again, it only was giving off the energy of like good.
I've never astral projected.
Yeah.
I've never done anything like that. But the one dream that sticks with me the most, so I don't know like what city I'm in. I was living in Calgary at the time, so I'm assuming this is in Calgary. It's like a fall day. I was hopping on the school bus. I didn't take the bus back then. I was just hopping on the bus. It almost felt like it was right out of a fucking horror movie, man.
Okay.
So I sit on the bus, right, and I'm just I pick my spot. I'm like I got to be like fucking 10, 12, somewhere in that range. Like I'm young, right? And yeah, I'm sitting on there, and the bus just starts driving. We're going to school. And it's morning, and like the day like just starts like increasingly like it just zooms by. All of a sudden, like we get to the school, it's like nighttime. I don't even know if we made it to the school, to be honest with you, because that doesn't even fucking matter. So I remember all of a sudden it just goes dark. It's just pitch dark outside, and I'm looking outside like you can barely see the houses or anything, right? Then all of a sudden all the kids are gone. Fuck. The person, like the bus driver's gone. It's just me sitting on the bus. I'm just like
alone.
What the fuck's going on? And then like. The bus isn't even moving anymore. I remember I just kind of walked to the door. I like open it up. I like exit. And as I walk off the bus, it's just like dark. Like there's like
void.
Yeah, just picture you're like in void, right?
Yeah.
And
fuck.
I walk off the bus. I'm like, you know, I can tell like this isn't right. Obviously, I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
So I remember I turn around. And I fucking like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back on the bus. Turn around, fucking bus is gone, man. Fucking bus just like that. There was no sound, no nothing. It's just gone. It was like zoom.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like it was a void. But like all of a sudden, like this figure started showing up, and like, it's this very specific figure. And it was like this woman. And like I remember she was like a teacher. I remember she looked like my grade 5 teacher, man. She had like big orange hair. I'm trying to picture like what this chick looks like out of like a cart. There's a cartoon with a character that looks pretty similar to her. But like she kind of starts walking through the void, and I can see her face appear, and it's just like all saggy and ripped up, and like she has like these big fucking like sharp looking teeth on her, man.
Fuck.
She's like slouched and shit. And she just starts fucking running after me, man. And I remember I just started booking it.
Really?
And like honestly, just like that, I woke up right from that moment, just fucking seeing that thing start running at me. And I'm like a little kid. I got like my backpack on, and like I just see that, and it fucking.
That shit's terrifying.
I remember it, man, to the fucking day. And it obviously, it's been so long since that's happened. Like, some things could have changed. I don't know. Might have forgotten some things, but fucking that shit.
It's so fucking creepy.
It's like, it's just being in like that. There's nowhere to go.
No, yeah, I know. And it's a weird feeling too. And when's the last time you've had a nightmare? Sorry if you have more to say about it. But
last time I've had a nightmare, hey?
Because like I've had nightmares maybe recently. Like since I've lived here, maybe I've had like 4 or 5 nightmares.
Yeah, I think.
But I wake up and I'm good.
Yeah, like they don't bother me.
They don't bother me like they used to when I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, I'd fixate on them, and I'd be so fucking scared to go back to sleep. Yeah.
Well, even the add-on to like, you know, when you're talking about when you were younger, dude, I remember I came home from school one day, and my parents had the first Paranormal Activity movie playing on the TV. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll sit down and watch this. And of course, I fucking watched everything that happened.
Brutal.
And it fucked me up, man. I couldn't sleep for like...
Yeah, because any movement in the house now is just...
Ever. And like...
Death.
And like I had this other little small dream. I can't remember what happened, but all I remember... Yeah. I was sick. I was sick too, which is funny to add to your thing here.
That'll do it.
I remember... Oh, fuck. I remember... I must have been sleepwalking, man. Because I remember I started walking down the stairs in Calgary. And when you're going down the stairs, you can see the window. And I think I thought I was getting up to like go downstairs to get ready for school. You know, I went to the washroom quickly. I took a piss. I start walking down the stairs. And I remember I kind of had to like scrouch my head down a bit to see the window and see what it looked like outside. Right. And it was still just dark outside. Like it was nighttime. And I remember I just collapsed on the stairs and just fell asleep. My parents woke up and they come down the stairs and they just see me like sleeping on the stairs, like all fucked up. I ended up not pissing in the toilet. I pissed in a flower pot that was right outside my fucking bedroom. And
this was like real.
Oh yeah.
Really? You just passed out in the middle?
I was a sleepwalker.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder if I do anything around here.
I haven't noticed. I've been awake, so I haven't seen you.
No, I don't think I sleepwalk anymore. But there's so many times, man, where I'd like sleepwalk into my parents' room, and I'd literally like be right beside my mom like this, and she'd wake up and be like, "Holy fuck!" She'll literally push me. I'll fall to the ground. I'll wake up and be like, "Whoa, what the hell?" I was a sleepwalker, man.
Yeah, crazy.
I sleep talk.
Interesting.
I'm a bit more active in my sleeping, I guess. I've never
Apparently, I've sleepwalked too before. My mom
I
told
think
me
it's pretty common for kids. I'm going to be so traumatized when I have kids and they fucking sleepwalk. Man.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Should we get into our dreams from last night?
Yeah. You want me to go?
Yeah, you go first. Actually, wait. Let me do mine because it's quick. And I want you to end with yours and we'll do shit happens. So I'm in this old rusty building last night, right? Like this old rusty, like fucking factory looking thing.
Okay.
And this will be a quick one. I just thought it was kind of funny. DB Coaches is there.
Right.
I remember there was like this huge party going on this one side of the factory, and then we walked to the other side, and we both looked at each other like, man, like, you built a fucking gym in here. So we started just getting everything we can to put together. I remember I was trying to build this bench press.
Yeah.
And the way I built it was so weird. Like, you had to hold the bar like this and fucking like put it down like this when you're going, and you put the weight on the back end. I remember Daniel went to give it a shot, and he's like, yeah, you do. This isn't fuck. What the fuck's going on, man? Then I remember there was like other like levels, and the levels like were just kind of like walking like railings and scaffolding, so you can look down at everything else we were building. And I remember we were like walking and just tripping around, and then
maybe you were sleepwalking.
That was kind of it. We just kind of built the gym in this old rusty building. And
interesting.
Yeah. What was yours about?
And like I tried writing parts of it down, but like I don't really know where the dream started. It was kind of like a family reunion.
Rip it up. I love this. There
was like a family reunion sort of thing where we were somewhere, right? It was like I was at
we're in Whitehorse though?
It was in Whitehorse, but it didn't make sense that it was in Whitehorse because there was points where it was like my step grandparents who live here, and it's like they're further away from the airport. And then there's our house here. Like my house is here too.
Yeah.
Or like fuck yeah, I can't remember. There's two different houses. I knew there was two different houses, and there was the airport. Right? Now, we were at the one house. Oh, and there was a hotel too. Because you were staying at the hotel, but the hotel was like near the house. It's like one of those things where it was just, there was so many different settings and it was so confusing. But we did like the little family reunion, and like you were there and like other friends were there. It was like a little party sort of a thing. And then I had to leave the next day, or whatever it was, like 5:15 is what it said on my phone, is when boarding starts.
This
so
sounds
like,
familiar to when you left Kelowna to come back to Victoria.
But yeah, it does, right? It does. So like there's that. And, I was at that person's house, and then I was at my house, and like there was, it was just a different situation though, right? But anyways, all I remember is I vividly was like, okay, it's time for me to go to the airport. But then my mom wasn't around. And she was supposed to take me to the airport. She was like, oh, we should probably go soon. And I was like, yeah, we should probably would. And then I like said goodbye to her. And then she left. And I was like, wait a second. I need to go to the airport. Like, and I don't have my bag here. And I don't have my stuff here. I need to go get it. It's like in town. Like, well, am I going to have enough time to get to the airport in 30 minutes? And like boarding starts in 30 minutes. Like, it was also YVR. I knew it was like a bigger airport for some reason. So I'm like, I'm going to need more time. That was like a fever part of the dream. But then it was when you came and got me, and then I like didn't have my tablet or my headphones, which I was pissed that I didn't have my headphones, because I was like, how am I going to do a plane ride without my headphones? Like, I'm going to leave my headphones here? Like, yeah, Brett can bring them back when he comes back. But like, it was really that situation. I don't want them in a week. I want them now, right? Fucking ridiculous. Anyways, my bag was somehow at your apartment, and then you're like, "What's fine? Let's just go."
My hotel?
Yeah, your hotel, and you're like, "It's fine. Let's go get your stuff." Right, and then when my brother was there too. My brother was a part of it. I got there. I got my stuff quickly. I put it in. We went back to the airport, but then I was like, we turned the wrong way, and I'm like, no, it's at this house, not that house. You need to go to that house. So we had to go back to that place. And again, this is happening in like fucking seconds, right? Like This is as crazy as I am explaining this. This is kind of how it was going on. Like there was really no rhyme or reason to it. I was driving your Tacoma at some point, and it was like
I was the passenger seat.
Yeah, and it was no, it was just like a cockpit, because there was like it was like a Bobcat where they had two, the one lever here and the one lever there, and like I was just fucking driving it up the road. Anyways, it was fucked. Anyways, I finally got to the airport. I get to the airport. I'm walking up the stairs, and then like I look up, and now I've been in this airport before. Like it's a dream airport, but I don't really know where I've been into it. Anyways, all of a sudden you just hear screaming. I'm walking up to like, I've been calling my mom being like, I probably missed this fucking flight. So I'm going to have to get on another flight or something, right? Like, I don't even know why I'm going to the airport anymore. I missed this flight. Like, this is ridiculous. There's no way I'm getting on this flight. And there was no way I was getting on that flight because I see people, lots of Asians too. Specifically, it was Asians, which is kind of funny. I just remember Asian women running down these stairs, and then all of a sudden, there was like water leaking down. Like it was like there was a crack in the ceiling, and the ceiling was glass, and it was like leaking water, which makes no fucking sense. Like, where's the water coming from, right? But we're like, what the fuck? And I just hear people screaming, and I'm like, okay, let's get out. And like, there's a group of us that get out of the building. And then all of a sudden in the distance behind us, like there was another building behind us, not in like the main airport, just fucking massive explosion, right? And then all of a sudden bombs start dropping. And like bombs are hitting the airport next to us. And I'm like, dude, I don't know where the fuck I need to be going right now. And then I call you, I'm like, Brett, go and get me, buddy. I don't think I'm going on this. And then you come and get me. And we leave. And I'm texting around like, I think I need to get on another plane.
That's a funny good story.
And then Shannon shows up and she's like, oh, I'll go with you. Yeah, well, I'll fly down there with you just to make sure like everything goes well. And I'm like, what? Okay, sure. And then I woke up. It was just such a dumb dream, but like,
It's beautiful.
Why the R gets exploded.
Yeah, when you're telling me that dream, I thought it was so fucking funny.
Did I recite it the same way? Like,
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, and I put in more details too, like because there was more details. A lot of my dreams do have a theme of being one in my old house. I used to live in quite a big, nice house, and they're always like I have dreams of being in the basement of that house. Very strange, but also airports. I always very often dream about airports because I love them.
You love airports.
I love being in them. Anyways, not when they're being bombed, though.
Alrighty, you guys. We're going to end this game with a little shit happens. Pick or choose here. So whoever picks a card, or whoever guesses the score closest to their card after we tell the story, wins the game.
That's creepy. I got a fun one. I got a fun little story to talk about.
Here, I'll go first.
Okay, yeah.
So, Jeremy, we wake up one day.
Yeah.
And I look at, like, we literally just come out of our bedrooms, like, right at the same time.
Right. Synchronized.
And I look at you, I'm like, hey, do you want to go to Six Flags? And you're like, yeah, absolutely. So we hop in the truck, we drive to your favorite airport that you love to be in. And we
just got repaired from the bombings that happened.
Yeah, it's all repaired. They're flying out of there now. Runway's been asphalted. It's good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get on an airplane. We're flying down to... There's Six Flags in California, I imagine.
There's a Six Flags in Vallejo, California.
Yeah. So we're flying down to Vallejo, California to go to Six Flags.
Not a nice spot, but they have a Six Flags.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
So we end up getting the Six Flags. We get the Six Flags. They happen to have a hotel there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we plan on staying here for the weekend. So, okay, we'll book into our hotel quick. So we get into our hotel. It's pretty late. The place isn't open yet. We'll go there right at the dawn. Right in the dawn in the morning.
Right in the dawn.
And, so we decided to go to sleep. And we both start astral projecting out of our bodies together.
Yeah, just together, holding hands.
Yeah, we literally, just how we woke up out of our bedroom at the same time, we just like, boom, we astral project the same. We look at each other and we're like, hey, let's go to Six Flags. So, we start going down the Six Flags.
Yeah. Your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You guys scared?
Yeah, we're good.
So we're astral projecting on Six Flags,
Okay,
right?
yeah, fun.
And it's fucking wild. All the entities are ripping around on the fucking roller coasters and everything. And there's a huge line of entities to get on this one roller coaster we really want to get to.
They love it.
And so we're waiting in line to get on this fucking thing. It's one of those old crinkety ones. It's,
Crinker.
It's safe, but it's not safe.
Sure.
And so
Couple bolts maybe missing.
A couple hours later,
Yeah.
we've been astral projecting for a while.
Yeah.
We get on the roller coaster and we're ripping on this fucking thing. Right? We're zipping. And fucking all of a sudden, we're about to hit this the big loop, right? The big loop. Fucking, she gets stuck right at the top. She's stuck. We're stuck, right? We're astral projecting. We're stuck. And it's crazy. It's so weird. We wake up and our actual bodies are in this fucking roller coaster now. So it's like we slept walk while we're astral projecting.
Shit.
In a whole different like universe, dimension, whatever you call it.
Damn.
So our bodies are now stuck on the roller coaster.
Okay.
Upside down. And we end up getting stuck for 2 hours hanging upside down on the rinkety crinkety dink.
So stuck upside down for 2 hours?
Roller coaster stalls, you dangle upside down for 2 hours.
I mean, like, first of all, you die.
Would you?
I think so. Upside down, maybe not die, but like
All the blood flow, maybe.
that would not be good for you, especially if you're like, you know,
If you like you lean forward and you try to like fucking, see it up so you can like keep some blood flow. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to go too high, but I don't want to go too low. 79.
79.
Yeah. I like that number. Fuck. It's okay. I won't change. I didn't see it even.
Okay.
So.
All right, you go.
Okay, so you are. This is fun. This is a fun little event. Your family has a little family reunion.
Cool. I
So
love
you're
those.
back in Yorkton, Ontario, or Yorkton, Saskatchewan.
Yorkton, Ontario.
You're back in Yorkton, your hometown, Yorkville. Really good Walmart. You guys got to check out the Walmart. They don't sell
great
wall.
Walmart.
They
They don't-
do
they don't-
not sell brick.
They don't sell brick at Walmart.
Episode 25, good episode.
27, delay brick.
Is that what it is?
It's our trailer.
I thought it was 25.
27 or 25.
Pretty sure it's 25. Regardless, we are in Yorkton. I came too because you brought me.
Part of the family.
Friends and family. Right?
Family reunion.
We get there. It's been fun. It's been good. We get there like 2 nights early, so not everybody from the family's there. And we were just kind of having a little of our own little powwow, our own, just with the close friends. Myself. We brought DB coaches out. We brought
Nice.
a couple of the buds out from
Everyone
Kelowna.
came out.
Everybody comes out. And little do you know, your mom has a little announcement. She brings something up to you. She says, "Brett, I have something I need to tell you. I haven't been completely honest with you your entire life. You actually do have a half sister. Pardon me. You have a sister that you didn't know about. Not a half sister, full sister. You guys were actually twins.
I have a twin.
You have a twin. But she says, I think it'd be better if you guys don't bring it up. I don't want you guys, I don't want her to know. She's not telling your sister, right? Your mom's kept this from you your entire life.
Interesting.
This is your sister.
What the fuck?
So you have this sister, right? You have this new sister. And she says that. And as she said, yeah, she's flying in tomorrow. Like, if you don't mind picking her up, right? So you go alone and you pick her up. But you're not allowed to tell her that she's your sister, right? And
Do we know each other already?
Nope, you have no idea
Okay.
who each other are. She
it's
just said
random.
that one of the friends of the family was going to come and pick you up. That's all that your sister knows. But your sister doesn't know you're her brother, right? And you go to the airport and you pick her up, the Yorkton airport. Do they have an airport in Yorkton?
No. Well, there's like a little one, but it's not used for anything.
Private. If
Yeah.
you have the money, you get to use it.
Maybe.
Jesus Christ. Well, Yorkton's gone big. They've became a big city in the past 15 years, or in the next 15 years. They become a much bigger city, a hub, you could say.
A hub city.
A hub city. And you go and pick up your long-lost sister. Not that you guys know that your brother's or sister, right?
Jesus Christ.
And so you keep that under wraps. You don't tell her anything. And when you get her, and you pick her up, she's like the most attractive girl you've ever seen in your fucking life. Like Jessie Wild? No. What's her name?
JJ Wild.
JJ Wild? Mm-mm. Hotter.
Wow.
Hotter. Even hotter. Right? Your girlfriend right now? Not as hot as your girlfriend right now. A little bit. Hotter than your girlfriend. Like 15,000 times hotter than your girlfriend, which probably couldn't even happen in your opinion, but it does. It did. It is. This is what your sister is. And you guys hit it off. And one thing gets to another, and you guys are getting a little drunk at the family dinner, and she starts hitting on you.
Oh.
She starts hitting on you. Your sister starts hitting on you. Your sibling starts hitting on you.
And then what?
That's your card.
Good story.
Thank you.
So my sister's hitting on me?
Mm-hmm.
That can't be that bad, right? Is that bad?
It's pretty bad.
Probably bad, right?
Your sibling. It's not stepsister.
She's serious about it.
She's serious about it, but she doesn't know that you're...
See, you're just trying to throw me off with your story. I already know she's my sister in this context, I bet. Yeah. Good story, though.
Thank you.
Fuck me. I'm going to go with like a 70.
70?
Yeah, I feel like that's reasonable.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know, though. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. You had 79, I had 70.
54. Not bad.
Fuck me.
Am I closer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I?
Okay, let's do some quick math.
I don't think I am. Oh, no, I totally am.
No, you have to be.
Yeah.
You're 16 off.
Oh, you're 15 off.
I'm 15.5 off. I won by 0.5.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Holy shit.
Nicely done. Hey.
Hey, good shit.
Good job, buddy.
Here, take pictures. You have to take pictures of these.
Yeah, I got it.
So thank you guys for tuning in to episode 54 of the Bunch of Grifters. We are going to end this with a beautiful quote.
Yeah, I like this. This is good.
This is a good quote. A dream is nothing if it's left on the pillow. So remember that.
And a wet dream
shouldn't be left on the pillow.
See you, fuckers.
See you guys.